Hi, my name is Kevin Myers, and I'll be talking to you about speech structure. Speech structure in a unique way. And in a unique way is teaching you how to play this game right here, DC deck building game. The DC deck building game is a very fun game. But as we were child, I believe, that most everyone had a superhero, comic book hero, or some type of hero. But one of my comic book type of heroes was the Hulk. Boom, 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 boom. As you can see him, that he is very, very, very strong. Or was very strong in the comics books as he is portrayed to be. And we must let our inner child out. And as we let our inner child out, we'll have so much fun and don't have so much stress all the time. We can release some of that stress by doing this. I'll also be talking to you about the main points of the body that I'll be talking to you about are the basics of the game, how the game is played, and how can you know who won or how the game ends. Because there are 3 to 5 main points in the speech structure of the body. Okay, so, and we also must never forget ethos. Ethos is like a guide or something that is of a group or of something that's a belief of a group or something like that. And this type of group is board game people or the video game culture, like I talked to you last semester. So the basics of the game is there are heroes in the game, like you can see right here. This is Shazam, and he has a special ability. His special ability is you may use 4 powers of your hand to gain the top card of the main deck. And you were wondering, what's power? How can you tell what power is? Power comes from punches, right here, that have +1 power on them. Or, as you go throughout the game, you'll be gaining cards. But let's continue on into the first paragraph, though. I will be showing you the basics of the game. As you can see, right there is the villains, the superpower kicks, and the weaknesses that you do not want. But you do want kicks and those supervillains. But the supervillains, each time you defeat them, has a nasty outcome at first attack. Each of them have a different one. And then there's also this lineup right here that comes from this main deck right here. This main deck is where you can buy cards and everything with your power. So that's the basics of the game. There's a supervillain, there's kicks, there's weaknesses, and there's a main deck, and then there's a basic hand. 7 punches and 3 vulnerabilities. And the vulnerability is like this right here. And so that's the basic of the game. So how do you play the second paragraph of the body? Well, the basics of the game is you use that power that I showed you. And in my hand, my first hand, I have 4 power and a vulnerability. So I could either buy a kick, or I can buy 4 of the cards that are in the lineup. Or I can use my superhero's special ability and buy the top card of the main deck. That could be a good thing, or it could be a bad thing, because you can get something that is worth 6 powers for 4, or 8 for 4. Things like that. So it could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing. So basically, I will just take this villain right here, and put it in my deck. So that's how gameplay is played. Now, as you can see in the lineup, there is a missing card there. So what you do is you replace it with a new one. So that's the basic play of the game. You go out, you do that throughout the game until the supervillains, see the supervillains right there, that pile right there, is all gone. And once that is all gone, the game is basically over. So, into my third paragraph right there. And how you can tell who wins the game, and there are special cards that will help you throughout the game. So basically, if this was my final deck right here, I'll show you my deck. So say this is my final deck right here. I'll show you one second there. And everything, okay. This could be a final deck right here. And everything. This could be my final deck right here. It could be thicker than that, depending on how many people you are playing with and everything. And so basically, that's how you tell who. That's how you can, when the game's over and stuff. Basically, what you do is you add up points that are right there in this corner. This card is worth 2 points, and as you can see, 2 points right here is you add up all your cards, and as you add up all your cards, that's where you can tell who wins the game. And as you tell who wins the game is that's a unique way. It's a fun game, and so basically, this game contains of the basics, which are the power that you have in your basic hand, and the villains, the kicks, and the weaknesses in the main deck. 2, and how you play the game is basically on the power that you have in your hand at the time, and you use the power to buy cards to help you able to kill the supervillains, basically, and everything. And 3rd, you just add up all your points, and whoever has the most points at the end of the game wins the game. So basically, that's the basic of the game, and that's my conclusion, that we must keep moving forward, and that's the way the cookie crumbled.